Hey everybody, Devin here with my wonderful, wonderful girlfriend, soon to be something, maybe, possibly. I think it's time for her to be honest, so take it away.
Hi guys, my name is Shelby. I'm 20 years old, an average white female. Devin is asking me to do this video. I have no idea why, but give you a little bit of background about myself. Grew up a very privileged life, 10,000 square foot home, 4,000 square foot home, 10,000 square foot lot. Two of the greatest people on this earth raised me. No idea how they survived it. Dad grew up, he was just the smartest guy I've ever met. I mean, just so intellectual. Was an engineer at APS, made a grip ton of money, and my mom, she did pretty well for herself too, respiratory therapist at Paradise Valley. So me and my sisters, we never went without. We always went with more than we needed, and I mean, I was involved in everything. I never missed out on an opportunity because my parents were smart enough with their money to invest it in me. When I was 18, though, my dad ended up passing away from Agent Orange exposure from being in the Vietnam War. But he left my mom in a pretty good spot. So a couple months after he passed away, my mom was able to put a pretty nice down payment on a 2012 Mustang for me. 4 days later, I ended up meeting Devin, one of our mutual friends who was actually over out in Korea. Hi, Joel. He told me to go see Devin because I wanted to soup up my car. You know, I needed a hobby. So I met up with Devin, talked about my car, God, life, everything. Had no idea that our life was going to change for forever because I ended up becoming pregnant. And we have the most beautiful, beautiful son who is sleeping and snoring right now. But that's chitin. We were very blessed, and we did not get a lot of time together, so we got to grow and learn together. On St. Patrick's Day of
2012.
Yeah, 2012. It was a week before I found out I was pregnant. We got our first case of our 2-pack of Verb delivered to the house because Devin met up with his friend, signed up. I was like, whatever, do whatever you want. I didn't have my reins in yet. I was just the girlfriend. I wasn't permanently tied to him yet, so I was kind of like, do whatever you want, bro. So he met up with him, got the 2 cases on St. Patrick's Day, and we drank them warm. And I was kind of like, this is interesting. It's different. It wasn't bad. It just, we didn't know to tumble. They were warm.
And the hating begins.
Yes. So, I found out I'm pregnant. And Devin's like, oh my gosh. He got a new job that day. So we're like, oh, awesome. $12 an hour. That's so great. $12 an hour. You're going to make $12 an hour. That was like, for me who was making $8 an hour at a coffee shop, that was a step up. Devin and I both don't have our college degrees yet. Devin's 3 classes away from his. I'm in progress. So, we found out I'm pregnant, and he was like, okay, Vima can wait. We need to focus on working these $12 an hour jobs because we need to work as many hours as we can to save as much money. Logically, that registers for most people, and that makes sense. But for a creative soul like the one God gave me, that did not register. He was like, why the crap am I working so much? So he started doing Vima, and I was like, this is a flipping scam. I know nothing about it, never looked at it, never researched it. Everyone's like, oh man, you're going to go in debt by going to college. You know, people were just hating on college from Vima. I was fortunate enough, I don't have to pay for my college. I have awesome benefits. So I was like, college is awesome, you know. Even the market's oversaturated, we're all still going to get jobs, and that is not logical. So Devin continued to go with Vima. I continued to get more pregnant and more hormonal, and I was just like, put my foot down, like, we are not doing this. So thank God he's hard-headed, and he was like, yes, we are. So he kept doing it. Finally, in August, I went to my first home event. There was 100 high school kids from Ridge, my home school, my alma mater, whatever it's called. There was 100 kids there, just so excited to make money, and I'm like looking around like, man, these kids are brainwashed, they are crazy, like, what's my boyfriend doing? So this kid, Alex Morton, comes in, never heard of him before, rolls up in this BMW, I'm like, oh, cool, a BMW, like, we could all get that. He comes in, talks, they play this video, blows me away, but I'm still going to sit there skeptical. Then he talks, blows me away, but then I'm going to pick out the one thing and not tell Devin that I'm blown away, but I told him, He was mean about parents, so I don't like it. We can't do Vima. They're mean about parents. You know, he told us not to listen to our parents. Devin was like, okay, you don't have to come. So that didn't work because I wanted to spend all my time with Devin. And I got dinner out of going to Vima events, so I continued to go. I get dinner afterwards, that's fine. So I continued to go. And I think took me about till October when we were living at my mom's together, and I started seeing his Vima checks actually come in. I just heard about him. I'd never seen him. And I started seeing him, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. Then one day, he tells me, I have a surprise for you. I'm like, oh, yay, surprises. He's like, here's your 2-pack. Get to work. And I was like, what? I don't want to do this. What? No. So with the help of Devin, I actually ended up setting up a silver pack, and I made $100 in like 2 hours. And when that check came in and it was addressed to me, that was so awesome, and it clicked. Right then, I was like, all right, what do we got to do to be successful at this? Looking back, by this time it's November when I get my check. From March to November, I had the most expensive thing you can own, which is a closed mine. I blocked so many opportunities for me and Devin to be financially set up that him and I, although we're in a really good place right now, we would be in an even better place if I just would have listened to him and taken guidance and, you know, not done the whole scam thing. But I'm fortunate enough now to have a wonderful man that works as hard as he does at a day job and then kills it on Vima, and he's just the best leader, and I get to stay home with our son, and I can focus on doing online school and taking care of him. I can sleep until noon and not clean a dang thing, but as long as our son's taken care of, Devin does not complain. I have 6 Saturdays and 1 Sunday, and we owe all of that to Devin's hard work in Vima. And for him, you know, he works a day job, and it's labor. He does hard labor all day and still comes home and is so excited to do Vima and change these kids' lives. And, you know, it's so frustrating sometimes because we'll get these kids that are just, like, lazy. And you're just like, don't you get the big picture? And then I look back and I'm like, that was me. These kids don't get the big picture because I didn't get the big picture. So, bottom line, guys, Vima works, and it works if you work it. Someday is not a day, and the most expensive thing you own is a closed mind. So, to all the haters out there, this is coming from the original hater. Open up your minds, because it's costing you money having a closed one. Alright, guys? Thanks.